Right, hello everybody. I thought I would try and make a kind of fold over thing that I've done like a folio. It was similar to the one I've done before, but for my scrap pieces, and incorporating these plastic CD cases. So I've got pockets, so I'll keep that one sewn down there, but these ones I will take the bottom off so they're open. All right, and I thought I could put about 3 down there, and that one as well, so the other 2 I have no bottoms on, and then 3 here, 3 here. Then I have a flap in here with a double page, which will have 3 on the front, maybe on the back as well, depending on how far it gets, and then another page flip out here, so with some more on. And I thought it'd be great to have all the scrap pieces, and we're using those, and you can see them, which is always nice because I quite like to see what's in my pockets. So this is an experiment definitely, but come from making the folio really. So I've got, these are A3 cards. I'm doing it with this because I haven't got any scrap stuff to do it with at the moment, but because I want clean measurements and everything, I'm doing it this way. But of course later on we can do it out of some scrap, you know, collage papers and things like that, but I haven't got any ready at the moment that size to do this. And because I'm experimenting, I want to sort of, this is going to be my prototype really. Okay, right, so what I've done is, this is an A3 size, which is what is it normally, sorry, 16.5 inches, so I didn't have to cut any across that way. Okay, but I cut some off the top, so it made that 9 inches, so that's 16.5 inches by 9. All right, that's where I scored. Okay, and how I found out my measurements, and it worked out, I couldn't believe it how I worked it out. I didn't have to cut any off the width at all. Is I'll just get one a minute. So I put that on there, okay, and I got my CD case there. All right, and then I scored it. Put that there so you can see that a minute. Yep, just come down a little bit. Okay, because of the width of these, I scored that at 5 1/8. Okay, and then I sort of calculated, and then I counted notches, about 5 I think, 1 2 3 4 5, which brought me to 5 3/4. Okay, and then again I measured that because I thought, oh, if I had to cut any off the length, so I measured that, and that came to 10 3/4. Okay, the next score line, and then 11 3/8, which is that one there. Okay, and then I checked, which you can see, checked that fitted there, and it does. Okay, so what I'm going to do is not glue the sheets of card together. I'm going to cover this one. Right, so I've got not a plain background, yeah, and then I will stitch everything to that. Okay, so all the stitching is going to be on this side, and then I will glue these together. Now finally I could stitch all around, but then I can cover this one, so that's covered as well. All right, and then I will stitch them together. So anyway, you'll see the process, because that's my thought, so I'm hoping that'll work. And I'm sure there's other ways around this, but like I say, I haven't seen anything. So I haven't watched any videos on this. So this is literally just me trying to put something together with incorporating these plastic CD cases that was, as you know, a boo-boo I made. Okay. Right, so the next thing we need to do is the part that holds the other page. All right, so you cut 2 pieces of card, thin card. This is only about 180 GSM. It's not too thick at all. Okay, so you cut a piece of card. I think it was 3 inches by the height of your journal, which mine is 9. Okay, don't take any notice of this line. I'll show you what I've done there. Okay, so you then score at 1 inch, 1.5 inches and 2. All right, I'll just come down a bit, sorry. There we go. So yeah, you score at 1 inch, 1.5 inches and 2. All right, and you do two like that. That's that bit. And then what you do here, okay, so there's your 3 score lines. Right, I went wrong on that one. I'll do it on this one. Okay, 3 score lines. So you fold the middle one first, like that. And I flip around and I fold that one away from myself, and then I'll flip around again and then fold away from myself, all right, which creates a mountain fold there. And then you put a piece of tape all along one of the sides and then take it off and stick it together. If I can find, there we go. I can never take tape off. That's having no nails, I think. Yeah, my nails do not grow. What's that? And then stick that together. Yeah. Okay, I've got a little bit of, yeah, never mind. I shall. Could have been neater, but I'll put a bit of talcum powder on there. Okay, because that's just our little flap now that we attach pages to. All right, do the same on this one. Okay. There we have it. Okay, nicely stuck down. That went better. Right, I have no idea where my talcum powder is. I'll do that later, but it doesn't matter because we're going to stick that down anyway, so it's okay. Right, and what I've done here, I've marked the middle, okay, the pencil, so when we, oh yeah, sorry, and what I do here is I just shape off a little bit off that, like so, and then I shape the other way, that way. All right, just things fit together better. Okay, do all 4 of them. All right, so that's why they're that shape. And then these are gonna line in here. Okay, and that is our, so these need to go on before we cover the pages, and then these bits you won't see, you see. All right, so we stick those down, which I'm going to use tape and glue. Don't know how much. I might have one of those and let's have a look. No, 2 of those, I think. That fits nicely. Now, don't worry about the edges. I cut them off after, you know, up here. All right, and then I'll put tape down there. Which this is, I wonder what the size of the tape is there, because that fits perfectly. 1 inch tape. My scoring board is attacking me. There we go. Oh dear. Yeah, went over a bit there for some reason, but Luckily I've got Tim Holtz scissors, but then if you don't take that off and you put it down, just put some talcum powder over it, the stickiness goes. Then I got that from making mini albums. That's it. Okay. It's great about these scissors for that, isn't it? They don't get too gunked up at all. A little bit there. I'll have to sort that out in a minute. Okay, so this is my inside cover. All right. So I'm definitely going to have glue as well. So it's quite advisory to burnish sticky tape onto the card. Okay. Gives you a bit of time to manoeuvre everything. No, I don't worry about glue getting on. You know, if you did, do it over the side, but I'm not worried about it because everything's covered anyway. So, okay, then you line with the pencil line, the middle of that, just there, and that one as well. There. Just check that. Come on, miles out. Here we go. And that is done. That one. And do the other side. Right, so that's those two done. And now what I'm going to do, we'll do the other score line in a minute. I'm going to fold it. Alright, but all I need to do now, I'm just going to get in here with some ink, because it really should do all the way around, just in case any bits, you see any bits, but sort of go in there a bit, because you'll see this bit, you see, just right in that fold. Okay. So what we need to do now is to make our score lines, okay? Right, so we need to do the score lines, okay? So where are we? There. Try and get that quite square if you can, okay? It likes to pull off on you a little bit, right? And then I'll do that. Okay, so that's our first page. Yeah, and then we do the other one. You see the score line there. Actually, thinking about it, this is quite thick. Okay. Might be okay. We just I think I think it's going to be all right with one, you know, one layer, because that's feeling quite thick. And time we cover it, so I'm going to cover that side, aren't we? And I'm going to cover the front, say with wallpaper or something. You know, that's feeling quite thick. I think we're all right. And then do the same with the other side. Okay, better make sure it all fits. Well, it looks like, yeah, with a bit of space. Great. Let's have a look at that one. Yeah, just. Which I knew it was tight anyway, so yeah, fits. Slightly bigger one there. Oh, because that goes there. That's right, and that folds there. Yeah, that's the fold line. Yeah, and then that's just checking. Yep, and that fits too. Perfect. Gosh. Yeah, that's great. And then, so again, I've got something like that. Yeah, I think that's thick enough because this, or else this is not going to fold with another one on there. Time we do it with, but we can put a little bit of reinforcement on here, perhaps a bit of Tyvek, and then another piece of card which will help that, which I am going to do. Let's have a look. What size was that? I can't remember. If we do it 1/2 inch, that will fit in nicely actually. Do 1/2 inch. 2 of those. Pressing it down a bit. There you go. That should sit in these 2 grooves there. It just gives a bit more stability to that, and the same as that one. I'm not going to worry about Tyvek. Like I say, it's only a holder for my ephemera. You know, it falls apart, so it's nothing that's for sale. Oh, I should flatten that, really silly. Okay, and then just ink those bit ups there and there. Okay, now I've got quite a sturdy base there. Right, so now we've got to cover all those. Right, time to cover the inside. So all I've done, because we know it's 5 1/4 by 9, I cut these at 8 3/4 by 5. All right, so they're going to sit there quite a neutral. I'm having quite a sort of neutral background because of, you know, they're only going to be, the sleeves are going to go on the top, and then you're going to have paper in them. So, you know, that's thought neutral really. Don't want anything too busy because it gets lost anyway with all the paper. So I can stick those down. Now I've inked up the edges already. And this is scrapbooking paper. Oh, I'll stick this down and I'll show you what pad I got it from. It's, you know, I've had it a long time. So when I used to make mini albums, so I just thought I'd use some of it up. Just push that in a little bit. Like that. Here is the pad. Okay, like I say, I got that reduced and I've had it a long time. I actually bought 3 of these at the time, so I've made quite a few albums out of this one. I think I've got this one and part of one left, and some odd bits. So let's stick all those down. Just gonna make sure that's, yeah, just. Okay, it's a little bit shorter on this side. Okay, but that's all right. It's because it's the flap. I always take a tiny weeny bit off. All right, just so that it fits. But that's getting in the way at the moment. But it won't when there's something in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is the 2 flaps for here. So a bit similar to what I've done before. I get some card and we can sort something out. Right. Okay, I've done one, all right, because I wanted to see if it worked, and I've stitched all around. I've stitched this down because I think paper will be easier to slip inside. You know, you don't need 2 of those pockets, but then you could leave that as a flap. But it kept flipping down, so I sort of didn't like it. I don't mind these. These are laying flatter, so these are all right. And there's loads of pockets because you've got a pocket in the front and you've got a pocket behind. Do you see what I mean? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that one goes all the way down to here. All right. What I suggest is, before you sew them, is you get them in the right place, because they're gonna be glued onto here. So get your card, you know, the right way around. Okay, and then make sure you get them the right way up. That's all, because this is already set to go on there. All right, so because I've done 3 of them, and then I'll show you the last one. All right, so that one goes there, that one goes there. So we've got to do this one, and they have got to go on like so. Right, so you get 3 of those like that. The top 2, you cut off the bottom. Alright, so leave that there. And just trim off the bottom. Just the slither, just that sort of band where they glue it together. Like that. Okay. So we know that's got to go that way. So I'm going to take that now, like that. and stick these down. And all I do, I mean, I sew mine because to reinforce it. How they would stick for continual use, I don't know. I would doubt if it would, because you know what plastic's like, sometimes it lifts off. So I'll just put a bead of glue on each side like that, not much, and then I come down so that sits at the top there, so I can sew that, and that sits on there. And if you're going to have a little overhang, put it on the outside, because once it's stitched we can trim off. All right, but here it doesn't want to go over that fold or score line. All right, so that's that one. Just make sure that's, I can't actually see. Yep, that's fine. Like that. And then the next one, oh, got to make sure that it's the right way around. Sorry, that's it. So that the hole is facing you. Put the glue on the back. Yeah, I have done that before. I've glued it the wrong way around. So, no. The birds are going today. No seagulls, but the birds. I think they're nesting up in the garden. Like that. And just drop down a bit, about 1/2 inch away from that flap. I found it about right. Like that. Again, just make sure the overhang is this side. Yep. And then this one we don't cut the bottom off. Make sure it's the right way round, and then that's glued down there. Then I put a bit of glue on the bottom of this one. It's just to hold it in place when I'm stitching it, really. And that sits there. If you wanted to not sew the flap down, as you're stitching, you can actually fold that over like that and then stitch around there. All right, but like I said, I'm doing mine. So I didn't like it flicking up. Okay. I'll wait for that to dry on this one, and then I'll stitch around it. So I'll see you in a minute. Beautiful sunshine coming in here today. All stitched, but my machine wasn't playing ball with me today. It's not to do with the plastics. I've sewn loads of plastic before, but it actually wants cleaning because it's just quite gunked up now. It's only my very old machine. I wouldn't use my good one with it. But I've got a hand machine as well, but it wasn't threaded with black, so I just thought, well, I'm covering it up anyway, so pretty messy, but that doesn't matter for what we're doing here. I don't mind. Right, let's stick these in then. Now, make sure they're the right way round. What's that one? So that's going to go here like so. Yeah. So I'm going to tape all these up. Both sides. Okay, just trim the excess off. Like so. And give that a burnish too. Okay, make sure it's the right way round. Pockets are at the top, yeah. Pockets are at the top, pocket at the top, and it's going now. So let's take that off first. There's not going to be any pocket in here, so we can glue. Also, well, I'm going to stick that one on, okay, onto here, and then we'll stick the other one on, but I will glue inside there so we can stick it together as well. So make sure that's glue so it don't stick straight away. Like that. And then can line that up there. A bit better. Making sure you can see that this is fairly square there. Alright. And it's sticking. There we go. Like that. Let's have a look before I... Yep. Like that. There we go. I was just checking that it was all in line there. Yeah. That's working out so far. Again, make sure this is square. Like that. We've got to have a bit of room, you see, so that's all right. So that's like that. I mean, we can, you could put another flap here, but it'll be too much for this folder. Right. So let's glue that down then. So on there. There's no pocket to worry about, like what we done before. So glue it straight down. We'll put a bit on this one as well. And I definitely would need to perfect it a little bit. I'm going to do that. Okay, so that's that one done, and I'll just go off and do the other one, and I'll be back. There we have it. Okay, so I'm going to try the pockets out now. Alright, so I think this goes, that goes there, doesn't it? That one there, and then that one over. Yeah, and now I'll put a tie around the front before I cover the front. So we've got something to tie it with. I was going to have a look at the pocket, see what we got. Of course, I've tidied all my bits now, and I don't think all of my these ones are going to fit in, because some of them will be too wide that I done yesterday. See there, because they're 4 inches. Let's have a look, 5 inches maybe. So no, they're not going to fit in. I'll try and find some, but they're all tidy. And I haven't got any to go in it. Let's have a look. Let's put some tags in and see what happens. Right, so it's there. Another pocket there. Oops. If I could see. These ones I haven't finished yet. That's there. And some taller ones at the back. That's a guest check here. That's all right, let's have a look. It definitely could be. Just thought that, you know, this one's going to take a really big tag, so and that one will go all the way down to the bottom. Which I think I might not have done that one. He's not going. Oh, I think it might be caught on that. Oh, don't tell me I didn't do that one. I've done that one. Oh well, never mind. It happens. Yeah, see, that goes all the way down there. So it's going to take some big pieces, isn't it? Right, that's all I got for a minute, so let's have a look now. Is that right? That one goes there, doesn't it? Yeah, oh, got some more there. That's alright. These are thick, what do you call it? Thick tags, so, I mean, I've done it for paper, but I think that's going to be great. Yeah? I think it's definitely worked. I think my vision has definitely worked, but I think I forgot to cut. Oh no, there it is. Must have been a bit of glue, because that's dropped now. I'm going to say, I thought I did everything, you know, cut everything up. So there we go. Yeah, very thick tags, these. Let's see, some bits of paper. There's another thick tag here. So I'll put him in there. Something longer as well. Bit of a U-diff holding. There's still space right way down there for the long bits that we get. So there's one here. It's quite long. Okay, could have most probably done with one more pocket for little bits. Because I think Gail had that on hers, didn't she? I'm sure she did. But I'm really loving this. This is great. And again, it's out of my CD covers. So, and that was going to hold quite a lot. Isn't it? Okay, right, so on with the cover then. Then it will be finished, won't it? There we have it. Yes, the bird could be better placed, but never mind. Let's ink it up now. Age it a little bit. So I've actually got a mark on it already, but that's looking lovely. Quite happy with that. I mean, after all, it's only just to put ephemera in and bits and pieces. So, right, I'm going to ink this up though. Let's start with T first. I don't want to go too dark. I might go dark around the edges. Let's see. Oh, that's going to look nice actually. I'm going to go over with T. And then dark around the edges. Yep, definitely. Now a bit darker around the edges. Right, I need one to blend out a little bit, sorry. I'm gonna so it will come off of wallpaper. Yeah, a bit darker still around those edges, I think. Right, scrunged it up a bit to match everything else. There we go. Oh, I really like it. Bit to it there. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's surprising how much you can hold in one of these, because there's still loads of pockets. But again, maybe, you know, sort of like perhaps cut one of the CD cases and put that here for a little pocket, which is a good idea, Andrea. Why didn't I think of that before? So another CD case in half and put that pocket there to put little bits down there. Yeah, I think that would work nice too. So there we have it. And then the tie goes that way and that way. That's it. And then you tie off. So I found another use for my CD cases that I bought by mistake. There we go. Maybe I'd quite fancy if I grunge this up a little bit more, actually. Do you know what I mean? I would quite like to sort of rip it and everything. You know me. Quite fancy going around and distressing the edges a bit. But I'll do that another day because I'm getting tired now. And we're going to get tea. So this wallpaper takes glue brilliantly. There we go. Okay. So I shall see you soon. Bye bye.